Do you have a process as you go through experimentation? I think that's another thing that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with is it's like, how do you kind of keep that core where you're making most of your money while at the same time not getting too far over on that one side? And then there's the opposite side of like trying 50 new things a month and never making money. How do you balance that? And what are some of the things you've seen that work?
Of course. Yeah. So I definitely agree with that. Our core focus is always on delivering what we have in front of us, which is what's already working. So like vinyl figures and plush is our two core product lines. We're always going to be focused on those. It's our bread and butter. That's not changing. We usually just try to have one new product or one new line that we're working on that releases each quarter. That way we're not sort of sacrificing our time and energy for something that might pan out versus what's already working. So typically it's like each quarter, let's come up with one thing that's new. Let's try it out, but let's cap it there. Let's not, divert all the resources in that direction. So you'll find like in Q3 this year, we're going to be launching some gummies, which are kind of inspired by like Scooby-Doo snacks that we all loved when we were kids. In Q4 this year, we'll have another new line that we're launching. So we'll kind of test those out. And then, like I said, when they work, we'll usually build a new team around those so we don't divert existing resources. And if they don't work, at least it was fun. At least we learned something new. And usually there's some sort of, learning lesson from it if it doesn't pan out.
Yeah. No, I think that's great advice. It's easy to kind of go too far in either of those directions and try and find. I think one of the things that's been hard for me, and I've noticed, is that timelines just start to extend. And so it's finding that like, okay, now we're talking with retailers, like you said, a lot of them are talking about here's what's happening in 24, 25, 26, 27. I'm like, when did we go from what's happening tomorrow to what's happening in 4 years? And that's kind of a shift for an entrepreneur. It's not always easy to adapt that way.
Oh, for sure. We're definitely still getting better about planning. I would say if you would have asked me a few years ago, we were planning what's releasing for products next month. Now we are, trying to get better about what's releasing next year, but we're even still only planning maybe 6 to 8 months in advance at any time. So there's definitely still a lot of room, especially for us to grow with that. But I would say any good business is built off the principles of planning and then executing against the plan. So if you don't have something written down that you're looking at that you can measure yourself against, it's hard to look back and say, did we do better than we expected? Did we do worse than we expected? You do have to have something written down that you're kind of working against. So I would definitely agree with that.